Hi, my name is Russell Jones. I am the Pump Portfolio Manager for Alfa Laval. We have a very exciting new product recently launched in the market called the DuraCirc. So I'd like to just give you a few examples of where this product differentiates itself from the traditional solutions. The DuraCirc is fairly new to the market, but we already have quite a few success stories. One of the major features of this pump is both reduced maintenance and also when maintenance is needed, the ease of maintenance. So we have a customer that now has over 60 of these pumps, changing out from the more traditional incumbents. A couple of manufacturers have been around for a long time, and they have now implemented the DuraCirc, and the estimate savings in excess of $100,000 per year on reduced downtime, reduced parts usage, and just generally ease of working with the new pump. We have many differences and improvements that we made with modern machining, modern design. So too many to really speak to, but in a short period. But if I were to pick the top 3 or 4, I would definitely point to number 1. Traditionally, this technology has contact in the pump head between the rotors and the casing. So Alfa Laval has found a way by building a very robust solution, great design, that this pump has no contact. We guarantee it actually up to 360 psi. That's a bit of a game changer because typically it's not unusual to see pumps starting to contact at 20 to 30 psi. So a significant improvement, and of course that then reduced spare parts consumption, obviously possible contamination of the product with metal particles, and that gives you a lot of advantages on cost of ownership, reduced maintenance, and longer life. I think there's many advantages to the DuraCirc, but generally what we find is it's improved maintainability, both reducing maintainability and simplifying and speeding up maintenance. So for example, traditionally this technology has contact between the rotor and the head as little as 20 psi. We, with the new DuraCirc, actually guarantee up to 360 psi no contact. So that reduces maintenance, it reduces risk of metal contamination, and on top of that, to change a head if it was worn, that takes a fraction of the time that it does to a traditional. So it lasts longer, but even if and when it does need to be maintained, that maintenance is much quicker. So general maintainability, and something as simple as being oil-filled. Again, traditional solutions have grease injection on the bearings. Every 250 hours, you would have to come and grease those, so basically once a week. Alfa Laval uses a more very common now, of course, system of oil, no grease, fill it to the line, and actually, very conservatively, we say that you don't have to change the oil about every 3,000 hours, and that's very conservative. So just keeping this pump running, the ease of maintenance, and if there is a problem, the speed of change of maintenance is really two very valuable features of the new pump. That sometimes can be a minefield discussion. Traditionally in the dairy world, we talk about 3A. Is it 3A certified? And often when that box is checked, we move on. But 3A does not really speak to the product's cleanability. And with PD pumps, you're pumping difficult, viscous, sticky products with particles. So it becomes really critical to get that right. So there is no US standard that you pass or fail, but there is a European standard called EHEDG. You send the pump, they contaminate it, then they put it through a standard CIP cycle, and you pass or fail. Either the pump's clean or it's not. There's no residue, and low bacteria, if not zero bacteria. The Alfa Laval pump out of the box, although it's not a US standard, is always EHEDG past approved. So that really should give you a good indication of the cleanability of the Alfa Laval product. You will see other manufacturers claiming to be EHEDG approved. However, if you look under the look in the small print, often the pump that is coming out of the box is not that. It would have to be specially modified. So always check if the pump that is being purchased is EHED approved. That is a sign that the pump will be truly cleanable, because obviously in the sanitary process, it's all about sanitary. So you don't want bacteria counts, you don't want failed batches. That can be very expensive, and could be very expensive, of course, if a failed batch did get past QA. So we are very proud to say every pump out of the box without modification has passed the world's toughest cleanability standard. So, pretty exciting product all around. However, change can be tough. So Alfa Laval is trying to mitigate, trying to reduce any pain of change in a few ways. One is your existing pump. We have matched the displacement or the gallons per revolution. So yes, the pump would need to change to make the upgrade to DuraCirc, but you could retain and keep the motor drive, because we use the same power and we use the same RPM. So that means only the pump is changing, not the whole unit. So that's one way we've tried to reduce the pain of change. The other is we realize that yes, moving the shimming on the base is usually something fairly straightforward. But what our customers told us is, yes, we want a better solution, but don't make me cut the pipe work. So what we've also done is made the port-to-port, port diameter, and the port height identical to the more traditional solutions. So no need in most cases for any motor change. There may be some reshimming of the pump, up, down, side to side, nothing too difficult, and no cutting of the pipe work, because it will slot in port to port and port height to your existing unit. So the cost or complexity of upgrading this product, we've tried to make this as easy as possible to allow you to make that change with the least amount of pain.